I'll just write how to represent the in order first. Okay, wow. In order. What did I say? In order means first I will print the left one, then the root, then the right one. Okay, wow. Always in tree. Remember, think tree like a traversal, recursion. Think tree like a recursion. So the base condition is very important in a tree traversal. First thing to remember is base condition. What do I mean by base condition? When will the recursion stop? When will I stop the recursion? Whenever I hit the null node. Whenever I hit the null node. Until then it will keep on going, correct? So if, let me say that it has a tree and the tree is a root node. Okay, if the root equal to null, then simply return. Okay, so this is the base condition. This is the base condition. Now what should I do? This is an in order traversal. So first I should call the left. So I'm going to call the in order for root dot left. In order for root dot left. Then what should I do? In order means left, then it is a root node, then it is a right node. Okay. After calling it, I'll print that one. So root dot data. I'm just writing as SOP. SOP means system.out.println in Java. If you are using a C language, you can call cout. If you're using a Python, I think there is a different type of out. I don't remember exactly. Something like that. Okay, so cout or SOP or whatever. And then I'm going to call the in order function for root dot right. And then I'm going to close the method. That's all. So this is an in order traversal, as simple as this. And now you can easily tell me how a pre-order traversal and a post-order traversal implementation will look like. See, what did we do? Left, root, then right. That's what we did. This is in-order traversal. If I have to write a pre-order traversal, then what should I do? I should first do a root, print the root, then go to the left, then go to the right. Okay? Call the left, call the root, call the right. That is pre-order in-order traversal. If I call the root, then go to the left, then go to the right, it is called the pre-order traversal. Then what is post-order traversal? Go to the left, go to the right, then print the root. Okay, so that's what we have done. Hope there is no questions in this. It is as simple as yesterday's problem that we saw. So I'm not going into explanation. If you want, I can explain. If you have any questions, ping me in the chat. I'll go and explain it. So how will a pre-order looks like? Pre-order, if I take the tree root as input, the base condition is if root equal to null, then I should stop the recursion. Simply I'll return it. If not, pre-order, that means I'll first print the root dot data, then I'll call the pre-order for root dot left, then I will call the pre-order for root dot right. Okay, first I will call for root dot left, then I will call for root dot right. That's all. This is for pre-order. Post order is very simple. If I just swap this first line to the last, then it is a post order. Okay, it's very simple. I hope you understand the logic behind it, how the stack calls works. It is just like how we discussed yesterday. The small problems that you solved, right? It is just like that. If you have any questions, ping me in the chat. I'll be more than happy to explain you the stack calls also. Okay, but then we'll go into the other form of a traversal, that is called the breadth first traversal or the level order traversal. Okay, so think about it. I told that depth first means it will do left, right, and then root, or root, left, and right, like that. Whereas a breadth first traversal means we are going levels. We are going by levels. Level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, like that. Think about it. When you are doing a Unix recursion, you are finding a grep command or doing something like that. What does it do? It goes into the current directory, checks everything, then goes into the next directory, checks everything, then goes into the next directory, checks everything. So it's doing a recursive level order traversal. Think like that in your mind. Okay. So how will this print? It will print like a spiral. It will print like a spiral. This is how it will print. Okay, that's why it's called a level order traversal. Why? It printed the L0 first, then it printed the L1 nodes, then it prints the L2 nodes, then it prints the L3 nodes. Like that it goes on, whatever up to the nth order, whatever the tree is present up. Okay, this is slightly, you have to understand a little bit trickier. This is because of the way we access the nodes and the way the nodes are visible to the root node. This is little different from the other traversals, but I'll keep it easy so that you can understand. And I'll make you think first. Okay, I'll make you think first. Think about it. I'll give you some numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all. Let me keep this as a null nodes. Okay, for easier example. Now, how should we print this output? The output should look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Correct? This is how the output should look like. Correct? Now, what will the root node have visibility for? It will have the visibility of the left and the right. Correct? Once I print the 1, if I have to print 2 and 3, I should go to left node, then I should go to right node. If I go to the right node only, I can print the right. Correct? Once if I go to the right node, how can I come and print these two? I cannot, right? If I go to the right node, how can I come and print these two? Because I have to print 4, 5. How can I print 4, 5 now? I cannot. Let's say I'm printing 4, 5, then how will I go to the root node? Once I have come here, I cannot go here. Once I have come here, I cannot go here. Do you understand the problem here? Once I have go to this root, I can only access these two. Similarly, once I have come to this, I cannot access the previous parent. I cannot do that. It's a different parent. It's not, it's a sibling parent. Correct? It does not have any link to access that. So how are we going to solve it? One more time, think about it. I have to print 1 first. Then I have to print all the children in the root nodes, all the children of the root nodes. I can even take it little more complex, like you can have a multi tree, like it can have more than 2 childs for you to think, but I'll keep it simple right now. We'll keep it as left and right for now. Okay. But the point is, if I go to next level, I cannot access the previous level. If I go to the next level, I cannot access the previous level. That is the important thing you should remember. So I should print the current level and also have visibility of all the nodes in order, all the nodes in order of the next level. Okay, I should print the current level. I should also have visibility of all the nodes of the next level in a order. What kind of a order? In a first in, first out order. In a first in, first out order. Now, first in, first out order, we have seen in some case. Where will first in, first out happen? When will you go to the, if you're in the first, you will be, your transaction will be complete. Where is this possible? This is possible in a queue counters, correct? This is possible in a queue counters. So think about it. So what did I tell? I should print the current node and have all the next nodes in a first in first out order, which means it's a queue. Okay. We're going to solve it. Let's see how we do it. I'll just put a small example on the left so that you can remember it always. Okay, think that if it does not have the round, it means it's a null. Always remember, first step is the recursion. It means when it comes to tree, remember recursion. First step will be base condition, when to stop it. So when will we stop this? Whenever we hit the null. So whenever the node is null, then we will return. So DFT, which is depth first traversal, it takes the tree and it is the root node. If root equal to null, equal to null, simply return. Okay, I'll just declare a maybe a list here, or I can do a SOP. I can use a list of integer or whatever to add everything to a list, or I can also simply do a SOP. Okay, point is, so this is not equal to null, which means if the block comes here, that means the root is not equal to null. The root is not equal to null. So what should I do first? I should keep all the elements in this root to the queue. I'm pushing everything to a queue. How will a queue look like? It will look like this. I'm just adding the memory blocks of a queue. I'm just giving a random memory size of a queue. Okay. Let's say in a counter, let's say 10 people can stand, right? So they will say that remaining people please stand outside. Only 10 people can be allowed. That's a queue size. Like that, I have just defined a queue size like 4 or something like that. Okay. Now the root node, I'm adding it to the queue. I'm adding the root node to the queue. Okay, I've added the root node to the queue. Once I've added the root node to the queue, think that this is a, don't think that it's a okay, think I have added the root node to the queue, and also think that how will a queue work? Whenever there is a person, whenever there is a node in the queue, the transaction keeps happening, correct? Whenever there are people in the queue, the transaction keeps happening. So let's say there is a person here who is the let's say this is the front and this is the rear, and this is a, I'm giving you a simple counter example, queue counter example. Okay, so this guy is first seeing him. Okay, first seeing him, think there is a security. There is a security. He's seeing that okay, one person is there. He belongs to this. Okay, he is going to be so now his transaction will be complete. So he is in the first place. So he has seen it now. Now he has seen it. Seen means what? Almost similar to printing. Seen is almost similar to printing. After seeing him, he's saying that okay, send the next batch. Send the next batch. Next batch means what is that here? Send the next level. Send the next level to the queue. After sending the root 1 and root 2, pop him out. Pop him out. Pop him out means his transaction is complete in the meanwhile. Send him out. Think like a Tirupati counter. Next batch is coming. First batch is being pushed out. That's what should happen in the level order traversal, right? The batch should get completed, but before we complete this batch, the next visibility of next batch should be there. Otherwise, what will happen? If I print this and bring this next batch, I will not have visibility of this. If I go to this, I will not have visibility of the left side. Hope you're getting it. If I print this, I will not have visibility of this people. If I have the visibility of this, I will not have any possibility to access the right parent. So first I should have this level in a queue. Then I should print them. Security should assess them. Then he should bring the next batch and then exit this batch. Okay. I hope I'm giving you some relatable example. If you have a question, definitely ask me. I'll try to explain it. Okay. So what are we doing? We are kind of adding the root node into the queue. Then we are printing it. After printing, we are adding the We are adding the children of the root node, which is the next batch, to the queue. Then we are popping it out. Then we are popping it out in a queue, dequeuing it. We are dequeuing it. Okay, we are dequeuing it. So now first step is what we are going to. Of course, we have defined a queue here. A queue which takes the node element. Which takes the node element, and this is, let me keep it as a queue itself. Okay, now first step, I'm pushing the root node because that's the only node that will be there. So I'm pushing the root into the queue. Then I'm checking while queue not equal to empty. While queue not equal to empty, what should I do first? I've pushed it first. I've pushed it. Now I should print the value, then call the next nodes. What is that? I should print the value, then I should call the next nodes. So I'm printing it. Printing means what? I should call the print method. I told, right, in a stack there is an option called peek. In a queue there is an option called front and rear. 2 pointers, front and rear. Like that, in a stack there is an option called top. You can do the peek to access the top without removing the top. Like that, you can do a front without removing the first person. So that's the front operation. Now what happened? The first person is printed. First person is who? That's the root node. Okay. After printing him, I'm going to check if my root dot left not equal to null, then push the q dot push the root dot left. Then similarly for if root dot right not equal to null, q dot push root dot right. I've pushed these two into the queue. Finally, I'll do a q dot pop. Okay, I'll do a q dot pop. What will happen when I do a q dot pop? The first element will get removed from the queue. First element will get removed from the queue. Okay. So think in every case, the first element will be the root. Then I'm adding the node into this. Then this root will be there. I'm printing this. I'm printing this and adding this list to the queue, and I'm popping this out. Like that, I'm kind of printing the root, adding the each level to the queue, then popping the root. Going to the next, popping it, then printing it, popping it, printing it, popping it, printing it, like that. Okay. That's it. So this will solve the spiral actually. I hope we are almost to the time, but this definitely will have questions. So I'm looking for questions from the maybe